Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another video blog. There's been some changes in immigration law since the last time I aired a video blog, but the one I'm here to talk about today is a law or rule that'll go into effect March 4, 2013. It's going to be known as the Provisional Waiver Rule and also known as the I-601A Waiver. There are times when a person may be married to a U.S. citizen but entered the United States illegally without inspection or otherwise just can't get their green card here in the United States. Such persons will be able to take advantage of this new provisional waiver. It used to be that a person that may have entered the U.S. Without inspection and married a U.S. citizen, well, at least before March 4, 2013, would have to leave the country, apply for a waiver of the unlawful presence bar, and then if the waiver is granted, come back to the United States. What was the problem with this process? The problem was simple. Number one, the waiver may take months, it may take years to decide. Throughout that entire time, the person would be stuck outside the United States, without their spouse, without their children. Or what happens if it's denied? Well, if it's denied, the person may be stuck outside the United States indefinitely, and yet their U.S. citizen spouse and children may be in the United States. Effective March 4, 2013, this new provisional waiver will go into effect, and a person will be able to apply for this waiver while still in the United States. So basically what a person would do would be to apply for the waiver while they're in the United States, still with their loved ones, and if the waiver is granted, they would leave the United States, go for a consular interview to pick up their green card, their immigrant visa, and come back into the United States. This is obviously a huge development for many of our clients. So who qualifies and what are the qualifications? First of all, a person who looks to take advantage of this new waiver must be at least 17 years old, must be the beneficiary of an approved family petition, and must be able to prove that a qualifying relative, essentially the spouse or parent of a U.S. citizen, would suffer an extreme hardship if the waiver is not granted. So if I entered the United States illegally and married to a U.S. citizen, I would apply for this waiver by being able to show that my U.S. citizen spouse would suffer an extreme hardship if the waiver is not granted. And as long as I'm able to prove that the waiver would be granted, I would leave the United States to pick up my immigrant visa, my green card, and then come back into the United States. I think this is a huge, development. It's long overdue as far as we're concerned. The old law prior to March 4, 2013 didn't make any sense because people just didn't want to take the chance of leaving the United States. It caused families to be separated, and it was entirely devoid of any logic. So essentially, let's hope a lot of people do qualify for this new law, and obviously you want to make sure it's done properly. Waivers are not that easily granted, but if it's done properly, you do have a good chance of getting it granted as long as you're able to show that extreme hardship. In any event, I hope I have more of these video blogs coming up. As long as there are new laws, which I think will affect people out there, I'll be more than happy to post some additional videos. Thank you again for joining us, and I will see you soon.